And what is poppin', people? We got a trade recap for Monday, August 11th. Let's get. I got my eyes sleeping. Let me just get straight into it. Monday of a new week. Gonna start. You know, I'm just tripping. I feel like I forgot how to record one of these fucking videos. Alright. On the day, technically L. You could say technically L on the day. But bias and everything was right. Everything was perfect. Just I made one fucking mistake, and then that made me, kind of not get paid on the 300K account. So let's do a little recap. Let me turn off this music so I don't get copyrighted. Alright, just going into the session on this like 15-minute time frame. Like, man, we're in larger time frame consolidation. We have a tiny SMT up here, and you know, this high came all the way up to it, and then we start to trade lower. Okay. I'm going to go to larger time frame and see what is going on that time frame. Right here we have a 4-hour double fair value gap strategy. We got our fair value gap right here, tapped into it, and we had our SMT. And then now I would like to see us run higher. So off 9:30 open, I am bullish. I didn't see any of this dip down yet. So we get this dip down, and that dips us even more into a discount, and we even have that discount over here. So we're in a deep discount over here. So I'm like, all right, I'm looking for buys. You know, this is first presented. You know, it's looking good to start to take longs. So I go on to my, I go onto here, and I'm starting to find some fair value gaps. I want to see what kind of fair value gaps I can find. That will be nice. So we get this fair value gap right here. Boom. You know, 2 fair value gap, 1, 2 after the sweep. So I'm like, alright, bet it's good to go. I enter 16.25. So like right here. And then we come down, and then we tap our stop loss, which is at 7 flat, right there. It doesn't really matter where it would have been, because we would have got stopped because it tapped this other fair value gap. And then we decided to higher resistance higher for the rest of the session. Yeah, so that was kind of like the lame part of that. So what does that tell me? Higher resistance days, you know, you're not gonna be able to keep your stop loss so tight in order to, you know, maximize your position size. But here, major fuck up. So I'm on the minis, as you can see, and I bought like 13 of these bitches, bro. And as soon as I entered, I was like $500 in drawdown. I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell? So I exit out of it immediately, but damn well knowing that, you know, I wanted to see a price leave, you know, pretty much pretty soon. And I got stopped. So no, not stopped. I had to cancel out, and then I rebought another position right here as soon as this candle next one opened. Bought. So this one would have been my entry right down here, like that. Stop loss below, whatever, and then targeting higher prices. Like instead of, because we got stopped on the top step, instead of having my stop loss, you know, right at that for value gap, you come down, put out the order block or something like that, and you know, give it some room to breathe, to go higher. But yeah, this was the first initial entry. That was really good. I like that. You know, no complaints. Then we had to get a shitty entry here, stop loss below there, and then I wanted to see us start to move higher. I was like, all right, you know, this consolidation's nice, but now we're probably gonna want to sweep it. Yes, we swept it. We dumped below this low. We swept it, pushed up higher again. We broke another higher high. So all right, this is looking good. You know, I'm gonna, once we my average size is right here. So it's like I have 3 on. Once this one, once I saw this come down, like look, this came down into this. Yeah, this came down right here. We had 1-2, 1-2 right here. Respect. We came down. Respect. So I took another entry. I was like, all right, it's looking good. Get up to these highs. Nope. Stall back around. High resistance. Bullshit. Like fucking every other bullshit of the day. And then we come back down again into this order block, and then move higher to our buy side targets. So you know, bias was right. Everything was right on the day. We just couldn't find a good entry. Couldn't find a good entry. And it sucks that, you know, I fucked up so badly on this first one right here. Because maybe I would have had the knowledge to give it a little more room to breathe and not enter 13 minis. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. I swear it wasn't 13. I tried to edit the position and it didn't let me. So yeah, that was that. Basically the whole morning. I want to see maybe if, you know, I might find a trade to come up into this buy side, but it is SMT buy side, so that's why I'm like, you know, there's really no point to really be forcing it, and that's also why I started the video. Also, when I was in this trade, I did have kind of fears of us wanting to come lower, but then just because of ES, like, look at what ES is doing. ES is in the dirt right now, way in the dirt. I don't know what happened to her, but she's in the dirt. What was I gonna say? Give me 1 second here. Yeah, no, that's like, would be a play on ES to short, but I'm not gonna short when Nasdaq's near this SMT high. Yes, we didn't even have an SMT or anything. I'm just not gonna risk it. Looking at this is our 930 candle. Come up, sweep this liquidity, go lower. Immediately dumping off open, tell me we're going to a discount. But once we come up and we sweep this high, look at where ES is. ES is nowhere to be found. ES has all these relative equal highs. So I'm like, alright, we're destined to take it out, right? And then, you know, we consolidate. ES gets this massive dip lower, but it doesn't even take out any sell side. It just takes out like a low and leaves a relative equal low. So that was pretty confusing to me. But then, you know, once we did this right here, look, we got, where is it at? Oh yeah, 1, 2. Once we ran both of these, I was confident that price was just gonna go higher, and then obviously it was not. You know, we wanted to come back down again, but this candle right here, see, look, I like how, you know, this candle came down, and it was just a wick. It wasn't a body. It wasn't all that. It just shows that it's a high resistance day. You know, you're gonna be lucky if you're gonna win days like this. Not lucky, but you're gonna be. You got to be positioned in. You know, that's why I really wish I had that early entry, and I just gave price room to breathe. Just because, you know, it's no news Monday. We're in the middle of this consolidation. That would have been ideal, but I decided to keep tight stops. And yes, it was good for this. You know, stop loss and trade management for this break even was fine. You know, except if we just could erase this and erase the top step loss, that would be nice. But you know, we can't. That's how it is. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Maybe for the 1150 macro, I'm gonna see if this wants to come down into these lows, not these lows, but S&P's lows, and then if it wants to go higher, because if you look, like 1, 2, 3, 4, we have 4 highs now on ES that are just like random kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have protected low, like a bunch of weird stuff. So yeah, I just want to see what happens. Probably it's like 11 o'clock, and then yeah, I'm just gonna hop off. But yeah, if I take anything, which I probably won't, I will do a post, or I'll just post another video. It's like 3 seconds, real quick. But I don't see myself taking anything. You know, days like this, you know, it's important to remember that's kind of how they usually are gonna go. No news Mondays, Most likely how it's gonna go. Especially saying we're in this consolidation. Like if we were in, like, see, look at this type of thing. You know, we swept a low, and it's Friday. It's kind of a bad example. Um, right here, yes, like we're in a good place. We see the highs and it's a violent move lower to take out some relative equal lows. Right here, kind of maybe same thing. We're on like a consolidation, but still we have our pump up, retracement, pump up. Is that? Oh, that's like 10:45. Let's go to Monday. I want to see what Monday looks like. Yeah, so Monday consolidation and we just rip. I remember that day. Yeah. So like, you know, can't really expect crazy stuff coming out of it. I'm not mad about today. Basically a break-even day. You know, what is $600 on this account? Pretty much nothing. I'm gonna up the risk though. I'm gonna start to risk 2K per trade on this account, so I'll have 3 trades total. You know, I just want to up the risk to get this account passed, so I don't have to basically just waste time with it. You know, I'd rather just be one or done, or you know, kind of see what happens. See what happens with it. So yeah, that's it. I will see y'all later, and peace out.